Hello and welcome to the Tuesday night stream for Brew Tapcast. I am Tap here, your host this evening. Sorry about the late start. Had a few things needed to knock out that I thought I could have done prior, but we are off and ready to go. We are going to be building our Creators of Aria sealed pool today. So we have a fantastic and exciting tournament planned for the next couple weeks. Actually, I think it's only a week, maybe a week and a half. In any case, a bunch of other creators, I think it's 20-something other creators, or maybe 20 including myself, are going to be cracking some Tales of Aria packs and building sealed pools and going round robin against each other in a feat of, I guess it's strength, elemental strength. But no, super excited to do this. We had done a very small one many moons ago when we did I guess it was four of us. It was myself, Ravewin, Arcbound Geek, and Kugana Gaming all did a little sealed pool of Welcome to Wraith, and that was a lot of fun. And then this is sort of the upgrade of a lot more creators and the current set, Tales of Aria. So we'll be building that pool out tonight. We also will, depending upon time, we may have the rest of the box that we have to crack open if we feel like doing that. So that's kind of the plan for this evening. We're just going to be hanging out, building this pool. Going to take it nice and easy. And that's that's kind of it. So strap in and grab yourself a beverage because we're going to get right into it right about now. Have to move our beer over here and then pop onto our other camera. Alrighty, so we may need to adjust cameras as we see fit if things cannot be seen, but we're going to sort of play it by ear as we go on. I just need to make sure I can adjust that on the fly. Got to open up that sweet software that I can't remember the name of now. That's the one. All right, so here we are. No reason to hold off any longer. Let's just jump right on into it. We're going to see if we can open some ultra mega super powered cards here. A couple of the other creators have already, well, most of them have already cracked and opened their packs, and they are ready to go. We have yet to do so, and I'm excited to see if we get any Majestics. It's been kind of a lull in the Majestics so far that we've seen for this, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it right about now. We're going to probably want to turn off autofocus, huh? Because that tends to be a problem. That should be off now. Cool. All right. We're just going to jump right into it. So this is pack numero uno here. All right. Got our token. So I'm going to try to make this somewhat sensible way of doing it. It's not really all that sensible, so got lightning action, earth action, and our ice fuse. So we have a weird way of doing this. We do sort of our elementals. We have the fuse of that, the elemental itself, the fuse of that, the elemental itself, and so on. And then we just split up the other cards as well. So scoot. So there's those guys. Those are all about downstream. Oh, we got one little gray area of not being able to see all that well right about there. I wonder why that is. So you can definitely see that that's Entwine Ice, though. I got a nice Ranger Rare of Snapshot and a Frostfang. So two nice ice cards here. Maybe we'll pull our rares off to the side here to see if we want to have anything to do with them. And then, a nice foil rare red Frostfang. So a lot of ice power so far. Two red Frostfangs coming in for some power. Got a nice Ragamuffin's hat with our equipment. Just gonna slide this guy over here. Not the greatest, but it can always, ditch a card. Try to trade in a card for something a little bit better. But never know if that's actually gonna get there. Actually, we're gonna go like this. We're just gonna scooch this guy back here because otherwise it'll throw off the whole weird system that I have. So Ranger, Spire Lightning is our Rune Blade. Powered elemental card. We have Mulch. That's not a bad one. Always gotta love that one. We got an Overflex, Arcanic Shockwave, Blue, Glacial Footsteps. Gotta love that card. It is a beater of a card. And then Dazzling Crescendo. So that is our pack one here. That's some weird looking Looks like it got dripped on or something like that. It's hard to see in the camera. Probably can't see it. Probably think I'm crazy. That's fine. I'm okay with that. All right, on to pack 2. So right now I'm not seeing anything all that amazing, although the, I guess the Inspire Lightning is always nice to have. It doesn't have Go Again, but it does have, it is a non-attack action in Elemental. And the yellow one's not bad. I mean, better than the blue one. Mulch is always nice. Glacial Footsteps as well is a brutal card as well. So we'll have to go ahead and see what we get for the rest ones. Titan's Fist. All right, here we go. Chill to the Bone. Not a bad ice card at all. Definitely willing to play some chills. So tomorrow. All right, all right. Winter's Bane. A lot of ice. We're going frosty. We're coming in frosty, not hot. That's for sure. 20 Earth is good. Entangle, also quite a good card here. Good, looking like maybe an ice guardian here. Lightning Press, gotta love that, huh? And they Frostlock. All right, cool. Yeah, definitely getting more and more into the thinking about doing the. Well, actually, let's turn that off. There we go. Nice, sweet, majestic there for our Guardian pool here. Sorry, Ranger. Just kidding. I know the cards. It's totally fine. Yeah, no, that's our second Ranger rare here. First one being a Lightning card. The second being a Frosty Business card. So not too bad. So I'll read that one out because it's a little bit more exciting. So it's a single resource, blue pitch, 3 power, 3 defense, ice fusion. Cards and activated abilities cost opponent heroes an additional 1 resource this turn. And if it was fused, it gains +1 if it hits a hero until the end of their next turn. They can't pitch or play cards with base cost 0. Not super brutal, except for maybe against some of the Runeblade builds because a lot of their non-attack actions are 0, or some of the attack actions are also 0 as well. So it can be good. Otherwise, it's not a super powerful card. Now that I'm reading over it, the majestic part isn't super relevant necessarily unless you can really pump it up with stuff like Shiver, being able to give it +1, or Dominate for that matter. I guess it's so easy to get a 4th block in this. Well, I guess it's actually not that easy. I take that back. Unless you're a Guardian, you really can't get a 4 block there. So if you can Shiver this in and get the Dominate and Fuse, it'll go up to 4, and maybe you'll actually hit on it. Otherwise, that's not really super great unless there's other pumps like, boom, that guy. That'll get you there. All right, another Dazzling Crescendo, this time a blue. Got a Rotten Old Buckler. Gotta love that. If we're going to be going Guardian, that is the lovely piece of extra power to defend with, so no complaints there. Got a Vela Flash. These are those fun cards that allow us to play non-attack actions as an instant. Thump. Good old-fashioned Thump. Can't go wrong with a good thumping, that's for sure. Definitely want to have the good pair, Thump and the Crackerjack, so hopefully we can crack a Crackerjacks and go from there. All right, we got a Buzzbolt. Rites of Replenishment red. That's a big beater right there. Snow Under, also a fantastic Elemental Guardian card, and Blizzard Bolt. So definitely pulling ahead, it seems, with the Ranger. Have yet to play Lexi here. So we'll see if the pool declares that Lexi is the one. I mean, it's definitely going very Frost heavy at this point. We have to see if we get some more Chilling Ice Vein. That's sort of the staple of the brutal ice Lexi. Excuse me. So we'll have to see what we get there. All right, Entwine Earth, another one. This is the red one. That is a brutal card as well. That just gets up to an 8 power for 2. Is not too bad. We got another Electrify, yellow. Another Winter's Bite. A lot of ice cards. Shock Striker. A Heaven's Claws. Another one of those. Another Lightning Press. Okay, I guess we can be seeing our Lightning come alive with that part of Lexi, maybe. Who knows? That's not bad. Another Snapshot. Okay, so we're really getting pushed into Ranger here. There's a lot of Ranger cards dropping down, and that's really where you want to be. Is you want to have enough arrows, and that's kind of it's happening pretty well here. Nice shiny Snow Under. Also, again, a fantastic card. Amulet of Lightning. All right, cool. That's a sweet pull as well. Wish it was an Amulet of Frost at this point. That's not bad. Another red Rites of Replication. So that's pretty gnarly. Another red Snow Under. All right, we're getting quite a bit of power here. Another Blizzard Bolt blue here. Got an Inspire Lightning and a Mulch here. So not looking great for our Rune Blade here. Briar's not looking like it's going all that well. We have only 2 actual non-attack actions, which isn't all that great. You kind of need a not a tremendously large amount, but you definitely need more than I think we would have had based on our number of arrows we're getting right now with Lexi. So I think we'll have to see how we can sort of pull ahead here. What really is going to depend upon if we can run our Lexi is if we can actually reliably pump, and that's kind of something that we are severely lacking. Right now we have the 2 lightning presses and a single overflex. So outside of that, there's not a lot that adds to damage here, and I mean, not that I am correct off the bat. So we got 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. Nothing really all that like brutal power sort of thing here. And honestly, the snapshots aren't super great. The frost lock's not super great. So we're just really gonna have to see how things go in that regard as our later comes on. We need to get some more red arrows is what we got to see here. Lots of reds might make it doable. Otherwise, we're just gonna end up going to fatigue and not having really done a whole lot. So we'll have to see what we get. All right, on to our next pack here. Hoping to get some fire. All right. Rejuvenate. Not a terrible card in this format. The red one is quite powerful, especially if you're going against Briar with all the non-unblockable damage is quite a nice card there. Actually, I realize we have a single area of cards that we've not hit yet, and that is the generic elementals, and that is going to go right there. Burgeoning. Nice big earth beater. We have Icy Encounter, more ice stuff here. Not bad, not bad. Frostbite token if it hits. So that's something else that can go into Lexi as well that can make it pretty useful here. So tomorrow is our Earth action. Then we have a Frazzle. Okay. It's a red Frazzle too, so I'm not going to be upset with that. All right, we have a Sigil of Suffering. Not a too bad of a Runeblade card here. Definitely a way to finish the game. Gotta love it. It's a red one too. Bolt and Shot. Here's the kind of things that we were looking forward to. Also, we hopefully get some more overflexes as well. So this is actually our preview card. Had a lovely video for this guy. So this is quite nice, and it works very well with Lexi in general and Shiver. So being able to try to get go again, reload if you haven't used Lexi, that sort of thing, that can be pretty good. Ooh, we have Explosive Growth here, foil. Now we're starting to get into some more Runeblade shenanigans with the Sigil. We have the Explosive Growth. Ooh, now that is a nice hit. Just for the beauty and the fact that that's a nice cold foil. So we got ourselves a cold foil Runaways, which again is quite a nice pull for this in general, mostly because we have a lot of incidental damage coming in with the Runeblade that I'm sure we're going to face. Out of the 20 people, I'm sure there will be much on there. So there's that nice shiny guy there. That is definitely going to go right into our pool there. No reason to worry about that. There's no other boots that matter. Bramble Spark, here we go. Now we're starting to get those non-attack actions. That's the limited mythic in this set is the Bramble Spark here. Merging Avalanche, okay, as a Guardian card. Nothing to write home about. Flake Out. Here we go. Now we're getting some nice larger hitting arrows, which is kind of what we need if we want to go Lexi. Another Vela Flash, ain't too bad. And an Overflex again. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. A nice red one too. And then Strength of Sequoia. Round up that pack. So ultimately, yes, the Bramble Spark is not too shabby. The Inspire Lightnings are not super great for long turns. They're more of like setting up for another set of long turns, things like that. So that's kind of like not super great, but the Bramble Spark is kind of really where you want to be. The Sigil of Suffering is a great card to have as defensive card, but also just to be able to actually deal damage and finish the game if you need to do that. Yes, Lexi is looking very good, and I hate that because I don't play Ranger, and so, but like look at this Ice Lexi we have going on right now, and then we have the Lightning Presses. So yes, it's looking quite good. That is definitely true there. Open Armory. All right, got some more Earth action here. Another Shock Striker. So we are filling out the other elemental parts of our deck here, which is also pretty good. And actually, I forgot to say, Invigorate works well with our a lot of our bolts, a lot of our arrows as well. So this is something that is pumpable as well. So we're not only down with the Overflexes. So theoretically, that's actually quite a good card for a Lexi build as well. Another icy encounter, a big 6 power shock or ice card there. That's not that bad. Arcanic Shockwave, number 2. All right, we have Weave Lightning. This is another Lexiable card, we could say. +3 to your next thing if its fused gains go again. So no complaints there. That'll definitely be able to slide into this Lexi thing. Looks like it's really shaping up. Now we just need that sweet hood to give us 2 arsenal slots. Am I right? Yeah, that probably won't happen. Biting Gale, elemental guardian defense reaction, so not too bad. Ooh, and a nice shiny. The other one. This is the second time during that first pre-release I did. I also pulled these two right next to each other, the elemental guardian defense reactions there. So that's not too shabby there as well. So theoretically, we could have an Ice Guardian sort of backup. We do have a fair bit of power here in the build here, but ultimately it's not going to really do enough to really get through. So we'll see about that. But the Earth Amulet definitely helps with that kind of thing as well. That would be good for old him. There's another Bramble Spark. So we theoretically could be going a little bit more that way, depending upon the rest of our pool. We got one more pack left to really, knock things out of the park. Another Strength Sequoia. Another Flake Out. And again, 4. That's a nice break point. Vela Flash, Thump, and another Buzzbolt. Blue, which isn't all that great. I want to see some reds of these. That will definitely get us into a great place. Got another Thump Red, which is quite good. Can't complain that. But yeah, definitely we're seeing a lot of Ice, Lightning, really pointing towards all the arrows we're getting. We're definitely starting to look like we're going Lexi, which doesn't feel too great with the armor we got. I mean, having that Rotten Old Buckler is actually quite nice. Not being able to use that because we're going with a Lexi build is not heartbreaking, but not the best here. All right, on to our next pack. We have Winter's Rasp. So another big hitter there again. If we're going the cold Lexi, ice cards to fuse. Feeling good about that. A lot of lightning cards to fuse as well. More just generic lightning attacks. Again, more entwining of lightning. Polar Blast. Gotta love that guy too. The red one. And another red Winter's Grasp. Oop, there's a mosquito. That's funny. Alright, now we on to our rares. We have Weave Ice. Again, a perfectly fine card for Lexi here. Ice or elemental attack action. This turn gets +2 if fuse gains Dominate. Gotta love that. So we have a lot of arrows that we can fuse. There's our pump that we're looking to get, so feeling pretty good so far. Explosive Growth, also a fantastic card, although the blue one is womp there. It can, at least it gets in for 1 damage with the Arcane here. Nice yellow Buzzbolt. One of the red one, not too bad. We can definitely make this work. Cool, here we go. Mark of Lightning, so this is going to be very helpful and pushing through a little bit more of that damage that, Briar has the ability to do so, but Lexi, maybe not too much. I really need to hit something. That's not a bad one. So feeling good about the arms, the feet, and the hat's not bad to have either. Story of the Wildwood, not too shabby. Can get up pretty hardcore if you can fuse that bad boy. And there we go. We're starting to get the things that we really want to get, which are Chilling Ice Vein. These cards are the bread and butter of this deck. They're cheap, they're high power, and they allow people to, get messed up on their turn. So very happy there with that. Singeing Steelblade, also a absolute bonkers card for that deck here. And we get another Frazzle. So lots of these sweet arrows. Again, we're looking more like we're not really in the red zone of those, which we're really gonna kind of be there. And that is our last pack. So I think we're pretty clearly not feeling the Briar here. I mean, yes, there's a very good argument to say if you have the Bramble Sparks and a few other things, just go for it. But we only have 4 non-attack actions here. Now, we theoretically could look through the rest of our Earth and Lightning cards and find a bunch of non-attack actions. That is definitely true. Is it really that great? We don't really know, especially because these are great finishing cards. I mean, being able to deal 2 damage. Did we get a third one? No. Being able to get these off at instant speed with stuff like Vela Flash is actually quite nice. So that's actually a really powerful combo there with 3 copies of Vela Flash. That theoretically could be something that is quite useful to be able to cast those at instant speed, so you don't have to get a go again to do it. That said, you don't get the possible buff of the Bramble Spark at instant speed, which gives you an extra action point by doing so with the Vela Flash in the middle of that attack. So that's pretty good there. 2 explosive growths, 2 red rites of replenishment. It is quite possible that we might actually want to divert into this at some point. We'll probably see how things go. we do have more ice than earth, so that's really kind of pulling us more towards the Lexi here, and really key to fuse these things is actually very important here. So that's not super great. I forgot that actually doesn't do anything unless it's fused. So the lightning cards, we actually have quite a few lightning cards. So it's really just the earth is definitely our lower end of the spectrum here. So stuff like these earth things that are actually very powerful here, which are actually kind of most of these here. I guess Lavella Flash is the lightning fusion there, but we have these bottom three that are all about earth, as well as these as well. And then the two Arcanic Shockwaves are actually lightning fusion cards. So the argument could be made that we have a fair bit of things to do here. If we wanted to just give it the time of day, let's see how many non-attack actions we have. Because I mean, this counts as one, actually. It is rather important to not go down on the power that Briar can actually bring to this pool. I mean, shoot, her weapon, I didn't actually pull a copy of it right now, but her weapon itself, the Rosetta Thorn, it's just bonkers. I mean, being able to swing in for a single resource for 2 damage of potentially arcane and 2 damage plane is just kind of, it's very much overpowered compared to the other ones in the set here, in the limited format, I should say. So it's definitely something that we should really consider sticking with if we think we can make this work. So that said, non-attack actions, we do have the Rejuvenate and the Invigorate, which do count towards that. Although the Invigorate does not have Go Again, so that's not super great. But you can play it as an instant if you have Fuse, but likely we won't have had it at that point. Lightning instants are actually not non-attacks. They do not trigger that. But we do have Electrify and Electrify again. So theoretically, we do have a pretty good amount here. We have, so now we're up to that many here, non-attack. So we may be able to make a case for going Briar, and I'm leaning heavily into that. So then we would have 1, 2, 3, although the Earth Surge is awesome, but so tomorrow's not super great. I guess you can really get things back. You can, if you play from your arsenal, that's really replace itself. It's very good. And the red one is really where you want to be. So theoretically, we could be up to a fairly high number: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 non-attack actions. So 12 to 9, not too shabby. So we definitely could see that through there. It's something to think about, as well as these. I forgot about these guys as well. That doesn't count as a non-attack action, but the Rune Singeing Steelblade is also quite a powerful thing. So it's definitely something that we could think about. I didn't want to pass it up saying, oh, well, Lexi looks fantastic. Let's just push through with it, because we do want to consider this as a powerful situation here. So I think the thing that is important as well is that the embodiment of Earth tokens are made... so I can't remember. Those are the ones that just give extra defense. So these ones are made from any kind of attack hitting. So you don't have to worry about it being particularly an elemental or a rune blade. It's any attack. So that sort of gives us a buffer of defense as well, which we don't normally see as a great thing in sort of like not a guardian in this sealed pool. So get surge back. Yeah, no, I bet it does. Yeah, no, I think it's like sort of like in this tippy point of like, is it really... Like the red ones are fantastic, right? Because you can get back anything, right? And yeah, something like Earth Lore Surge is just brutal. So it really kind of depends on how risky we want to be. Let's not forget, like, I guess let's remember that we have some power cards here. Like the Rites of Replenishment are going to give us a lot back in terms of being able to... I mean, if we don't draw them, we can always pitch them if we draw them early, right? So being able to, so I guess the explosive growths are not great at blue. It does pump later things. So if you can give this Go Again, which is not necessarily the easiest thing to do, it can be pretty massive swing on life total. The Stir of the Wildwood is actually pretty good, but these ones, you'll be able to get things on the back of the bottom of your library is actually quite good, especially when you're looking to go long with some of these. So we have an okay pool here. So I'm not going to feel bad about going Briar if we do think that that's where we want to be here. We'll just splop these back to our locations here. All right, so now I think we can pretty easily rule out that we don't have a great Guardian pool. I mean, yes, we have a bunch of ice and a small bit of earth. We don't really have the base cards here to really make that work. Entangle's pretty good. The defense reactions are always great to have. Strength of Sequoia is just okay. I mean, if you can get that timed well and being able to fuse it and get that Seismic Surge, it can really make the thumps a lot better. But we don't have that great combo of Crackerjack Thump, which isn't like, like be all end all, but it just makes the thing so much better that you don't have to have a multiple card combo or something like that. You really finish the game that way. You want to look for finishers. And we have finishers in a lot of the Bramble Spark, Singeing Steelblade, Sigil of Suffering, all those sort of incidental damage that's just going to sort of pump up, as well as the Mark of Lightning. I'll be able to push that extra damage in. That's kind of where we want to be here, where we don't have a lot of that in this pool over here. So, well, the mulches are good. The snow unders are great. We actually have 3 copies of that. The 7 power one is just quite powerful. That is a big swing. That is at least 2 to 3 cards from an opponent's hand if they really want to block it out, if they don't have any equipment or anything like that. I should say that there isn't any blocking equipment except for the Runaways doesn't actually work unless they've been hit earlier in the Buckler. So there's definitely some power there. But overall, I'm not feeling super optimistic with this set of cards here. So I'm not gonna say we're gonna give that too much more thought for the Guardian. So let's just we'll forget about Oldhim right now. He's an old guy. All right, so if we're thinking Lexi, we can sort of put these Earth cards over with our Briar pile that we may or may not be going with, because those don't work in Lexi. The rest of these, I think we'll go with any deck. We'll play all of these except for the Buckler. I think we're just going to not go with the Buckler, not going with the Guardian. But we have 3 pieces of equipment, head, arms, and legs. Didn't get a Cloak of Frost or anything like that, which would have been pretty cool if we got all those. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We still did pretty well getting 3 pieces of somewhat useful, two pieces of useful armor here. All right, so moving into our Lexi pool. So let's just see what we have for pure Lexi cards here. We have a couple of buffs. So let's just sort of talk about buffs and attacks here. And we're going to separate our attacks from basically 3 power or greater, because that's kind of where we really want to see our breakpoints here, right? So we'll put above 4 over here. I guess we can actually probably just stack them to the power that they have. I don't think we have any 6s here. 5 is our top end here. That's kind of that you can see that kind of being the strength of Oldhim. Yeah, like we have a couple 7 power cards here. Mulch is oh cool, the blue mulch is also 6. Like you have the power here to really smash in for some damage. 7 7 6 7 7 9 6, whereas our arrows are all like 5 to 3 range, which aren't super powerful in that regard. So that's the kind of thing you need to have, a combination of ice and lightning. Lightning to really try to go wide so you can strip opponents cards of their hands, but at the same time really just got to make sure you're doing damage, and that's the thing we got to worry about. So we can't blow these sort of buffs willy-nilly. You got to really make them count. But let's see the split of things. We also probably want to split them up based on fusion as well. So maybe we'll go non-fused, fused like this. I think most of these are all lightning fused here. Got 3 yellow buzz bolts. That's a lot of buzzy bolts. No other frazzles. Got dazzling crescendo. Those are lightning fusions. Oops. Yeah, I think that's all of those. So we can drop that one here. We have a lightning fusion. Got 2 power. Yeah, that's a lame amount of damage there. The 2 power attack. Frost lock. And then we have another lightning and a lightning at 4. So the power that we have is vastly centered around the 3-4 area. And yes, it's good that we don't have a lot of these 3 shots here. But the good thing about these ones, you can use your bow additional time with a snapshot. This one can just give you go again if it was fused. So these are like more of the go wide, and they are 0 cost. So you can try to really push the power of your turn there. And I actually can't remember what Lexi does, to be honest. It's the once per turn action. You get to, if you flip a elemental card, it does one or the other, go again, or lightning card, and if it's ice, you create a frostbite token. So, like, really, we definitely have more lightning bolts here. We have 3. Oh, sorry, these are incorrectly. I never split these up. We have only 1 lightning at the top end here. So we have what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lightning. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10 to 6 lightning versus frost, and then a single of the other kind, which is going to point towards our, yes, we want to go heavy lightning to fuse those cards. At the same time, we have more power focused in the electric ones as well, because we only have 1, 2, 3, 3 cards above 4 or above power, which we have 3, 6, 7 cards lightning that are above that. And the other side, otherwise the effects aren't super great. Like Frostlock's just okay. So I think, ultimately we're going to play all of these bolts, right? So that's what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's not too bad. I can't remember how many Briar cards we had to start with here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're about even there on the power level. Maybe being a little bit lighter on these ones. We'd have to sort of buff it up with the earth power, but we have some high level burgeoning, stuff like that. But a lot of these are actually small little hits that sort of just chip in. But again, you're also looking for the incidental damage with Rosetta Thorn, so don't think of these as also just totally useless. We have the lightning presses as well, so I'm not super bad about that. So all right, good luck, man. Have fun, Open Armory. All right, here, make sure to pull a brew and run 46 to 47 cards. Who needs efficiency? It's all about playing the good cards. You know what? That might be something that we would consider doing depending upon the matchup here, Mr. What is that? Oh, it's Andrew Renahan. Yeah, okay, Mr. Andrew Renahan. We'll definitely, consider playing 46 to 47 cards. Even though the minimum is actually 30. But hey, you know what? 16 to 17 cards over is sometimes the way you want to be. That was kind of, if you're playing Oldhim in this format and you wanted to try to go long, that was actually one way to do it, is just to put all of your cards that you could play into one thing and then just go with it. Because he was sort of the beefy guy who just wants to sort of hang out and take his time. You can't read that at all. I turned off the autofocus. Just kidding. In any case, this is not a bad spread of cards here. The next question we have is cool, how can we shift these up in power? So we want to look for things like that. We have Overflex here, right? That's not a bad card to have in the deck. We have Invigorate, which can also do that. We just have to count on fusing. So that really puts us at a point of there were 16 cards here, I believe, right? 6, 9, 10, 13, 15, 17 cards here. Being able to count on fusing is kind of important. We're going to want to lean more towards the lightning cards and the ice cards here, but the way to I got you, man. I got you. I got you. So, yeah, leaning a little bit more lightning, but got to have the buff. So we want to see what our lightning buffs are. We did get a Weave Lightning. We got a couple lightning presses as well. So theoretically, the electrifiers are not pumps, and so that's they're not that great in Lexi unless you really aim to have them at these higher end things that maybe have Dominate or something like that, or the +1 from where's our Shiver? So Shiver allows us to give us +1 or Dominate, right? That's the option here. So 1, yeah. So you can either get the Dominate. So that's where you sort of have the Electrify. Boom, you play the Electrify, you dominate an arrow, and then you just go to town there. And then that works well with Lexi herself, because she can flip up lightning cards that have go again. So you can flip up a Frazzle, or you can't do both. You have Frazzle in the arsenal. Do once per turn, flip that up, go to get your I guess you can't really overflex. That's not super great there. I guess you could overflex, put that into Arsenal, flip it up, launch it out. That's 2 resources. You paid 1. So you have 1 more to buff up, which could be an Electrify that you played earlier as well. So that's a little bit harder to actually plan and go around, but let's sort of see Let's go Weave Lightning. We have Lightning Press 1 and 2. So definitely power there. These ones are just individual attacks and things like that. The Entwine Lightning is not bad, though, because we do have Go Again. These are actually going to be key for the Briar deck if we play that, too. So that's kind of important there. We also have the Amulet, which is also quite nice in that regard as well. A couple Shock Strikers. Yeah, so ultimately we have quite a few ways to buff here. Yeah, it's just building for the content creator sealed, so there's a bunch of other content creators that are going to be doing the same thing we are. We just had Open Army, who was on stream just hanging out a little bit. They are going to open their pool right now. And then we got Fresh and Buds opening their pool on Twitch in about 15 minutes as well. So we have that as well as like 17 other creators, like 18, 20, 21, basically a million creators in here just doing a nice sealed rumble to celebrate the new set. So definitely not too bad about that. We have any pumps in ice? Let's see what we got here. That's not bad. We have Weave Ice. Polar Blast isn't actually buffed, but it can give Dominate. So that's not too bad here. Those just discard. Chill of Bones, Frostbite. So really it's just, those are our buffs. So do we believe that the 3, 6, 7 is enough to really kick this thing into up to the top gear here? This is purely on power. This is not thinking about fuse and stuff like that. Thank you. Appreciate it, Mr. Andrew Ranahan. Hope you're having yourself a wonderful evening. I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having the best night of your life right now. It's been a while. But yeah, so that's our base deck here. We don't want to forget about the other things that we could have, like these lightning things to really sort of like get things going. Now, if I remember correctly, it is lightning. It does not have to be a arrow, which is also quite good here. So we can flop something up like a actual electrifies. I got that. That doesn't matter. So something like this guy, the Shock Striker, could be in the arsenal. Flip it up, give it Go Again, and then chomp off with it. So stuff like that's not bad. So we'll have to think about that. So with that, I mean, do we really want the Entwined Lightnings? I guess it's a 0 cost, so we might play them. Wheel of Lightning might be clutch, mostly for the reveal. We're trying to go heavy lightning here, so we'll probably play that as well. Shock Strikers, these ones. We might not play the Lightning Surge, just because that's kind of a low power thing. So if we put these ones in as well, those are our lightning cards that we'll be playing. Now let's look at our ice cards, see if we're going to be playing any of those ones. Polar Blast, maybe not. I like it, but it's maybe not where I want it to be. The Entwine Ice isn't really going to do it, and again, it's not going to help us fuse. So we wouldn't be playing that. Probably no matter who we are, we wouldn't be playing Entwine Ice. It just doesn't do the damage that you need to do. Winter's Grasp, however, is a nice big beefy boy that helps to fuse, so that would definitely be going in there. Icy Encounter, same thing. A little bit of a higher power set of attacks that you can be getting instead of having the arrows. Nothing says you can't attack with these guys here. Winter's Bite, maybe the red one's worth it. Chill the Bone Blue, yes. Frostfang, the red ones are definitely a good idea here. Being able to pay to make them discard can be punishing as heck. And maybe we end up playing that. So if that was our pool, we'd have what? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23. That's 29. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46. Well, there you go. There's the Andrew Renahan special right there. So we can definitely cut things back. We don't want to take too much out of the lightning side, mostly because we have a lot there. Theoretically, we might want to drop some of our more expensive cards, which right now it really just looks like we have the Winter's Grasp and Icy Encounters as our higher end pitch cost Frostfangs as well. So really a lot of the ice cards are the expensive ones here. They're also the ones that are going to do the most damage. So it's not necessarily that we just want to say give them up and not have them used. I'm just going to get another beverage for myself right now. So yeah, so that's kind of a large amount of trimming. That said, we want to not go to Fatigue, and Lexi tends to, or can go to Fatigue in something like this because she does just fire arrows. She doesn't have a weapon where she can just pitch and swing. It does make it a little bit more difficult for you really to go, the distance with her in that regard. So definitely something to think about. Maybe being closer to 40. The problem with that is then you're going to be less likely to draw your arrows when you need them. Your reloads aren't doing all that great. Sorry, your overflexes aren't doing all that great. So this is a maybe. We'll put this in the maybe category. We'll have to cut some cards, but feel okay doing this. We can also just like have a snapshot of this being one of our decks and be able to pivot into a Briar deck between those. So say we can shave 6 cards. That's still quite a lot. We want to lean heavy on lightning, though. That's what we discussed earlier with all the lightning fusions. Maybe we take out our yellows here. Just go in a big craziness. Take out a Polar Blast. Winter's Bane. Take out a... Well... Take out the red one. Well, no, I can play the red one, play these, play this. So that's cut off 4 cards. So now we're down to 42. This is a nice card. Forgot about that. So Amulet of Lightning seems like a great thing to play here. I wish we got an Amulet of Frost as well instead of the Amulet of Earth. It would have been very, very nice. I feel like the Shock Strikers are actually quite important because of the ability to deal that incidental damage. Like pitching for 2 to make sure you can't block something is actually quite powerful here. So now we're down to 40 cards. So that's not too bad. We're able to shave off 6 cards. We don't want to take any of the bolts or the arrows because they tend to be a little bit more powerful in the base attacks as well. Let's just separate these back out into purely their things here. So right now we have 7 ice cards here, right? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 a lightning card. So 7, 10. So it's the 7 to 10 ratio. Here we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 to 10, 7 to 10. So theoretically, could drop more ice and feel okay with that as well. If we were to do that. A golden sour, huh? This is from our sponsor, sort of. Athletic Rings. This is Operation IPA. It's a actually it's probably easier to see over here. It's a it's sort of like your Sierra Nevada Celebration. It's a old school kind of a heavier crystal malt, heavy hop sort of beer. So think about Sierra Nevada Celebration as the sort of analog there. Golden sours, huh? Gotta say sours are never been my forte. Now that said, there's some goos that I could definitely enjoy drinking that are on the sourer side of things, and the occasional. I guess if you're looking for it, a nice Berliner Weiss can be pretty good. Your traditional sort of Belgian sours are not always where I want to be, but sounds good. Sounds good. It can always make them useful for the occasion you are having. Definitely want our Weave Ice here. The Frost Fangs are, I guess, not that critical to the deck. They are just big beater cards, and that's kind of what's important about them. They don't really buff anything. And ultimately, hitting is better than a frost. Hitting with this and getting a frostbite is better than that. So I actually go with that as our better card here. Winter's Grass is just kind of a good card on rate. It does block for 3, which is why it's better than our Icy Encounter here. So that's something else to think about. Because none of these, except for that one, block for 3. So that's something that we got to think about here. I didn't really consider that over here. Yeah, we have 1, 2, just 2 of the electric cards block for 3. So that does make it a little bit painful. All the arrows block for 3, though, so we're actually in a pretty good situation there. So, theoretically, this would be... yeah, well, you tell me you didn't enjoy yourself a Sierra Nevada Celebration now and again. I mean, it's an IPA. It's not meant to be aged. So yes, hops and crystal malts are pretty gross when it comes to having that time go on, but you know, it ain't all that bad. So if we take out the Frost Fangs here, where are we at? That's 38 cards, right? We'll consider this as our pool for Lexi. Get our Electrifies up here as our non-attacks. All right, so we'll leave that as a possible pool, and I might use the time I have to, you know, think about this a little bit more off stream. But I do want to make sure we get a build of both of these before we finish up, just so we can make sure we have some. I just want to take a picture of this so I don't forget what I actually was talking about. So there's our Lightning Ice X Lexi. So now before we go any further with splitting this and setting off to the side, we do want to take our cards back apart. Make sure we have all the Lightning cards out of this deck so that we can consider making Briar now. So those are just not going to get played. Lightning is here. Ice can stay on this set of cards as well. Eastern, I love that local tap room. Has a lot of range. Golden Sour, excellent Irish Red. Good IPAs, great Hellas. Oh, you know, if that's the thing though, like if you can't make a good Hellas or a good Pils, then like, what are you doing? Especially a Hellas, like having like a super, you know, malt focused beer that's, you know, got a nice load of bitterness in it, but doesn't have so much yeast character or like brutal hops in your face that you can't detect that there's actually a good brewery behind it. You know, that's when that people are made or broken by their Hellases sometimes, and that's kind of I'm a big fan of Hellas. Big fan of Hellas. All right, so there's our Lexi build. Feeling okay about that. I mean, the cards we have work just fine with either deck we have there. So I'm not like, oh man, really want to lay into this one or that one. But let's keep that as an option. That is our Lexi build. We'll put our little Lexi token that we got on there. Boom, right there. So now let's talk about Briar. Yeah, everybody wants to talk about Briar because she's got a lot of power behind it. So there is Briar, Warden of Thorns is the adult one, but that's fine. So again, just to go over her ability. So her ability is important because it does allow us to sort of churn and keep things moving and that sort of thing. So it says, obviously we need Earth and Lightning cards here. So whenever an attack action card you control deals damage, opposing hero create an embodiment of Earth token. And what those embodiment of Earth tokens do is they allow your non-attack actions to block for more. And these stack, and that's the important thing that we want to think about here. Panicked and ran mono ice Lexi. It did work well though. I believe it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now the thing about I haven't played Lexi yet, and that's kind of like my hesitation is I'd rather go with something that has. I feel as though Rangers in general have a larger barrier to entry as far as difficulty, just because you have to you got to make sure that you know what you're doing as far as like sequencing and arrows and things like that. And like again, I'm scared of going up against any Oldhim with Lexi, just because the amount they can put up in a single attack, or amount of defense they can put up in a single attack, is just so high. So many of their cards block for 3. They have a defense reaction on their hero. It's just, it can be overwhelmingly powerful in the defense realm. Briar, it doesn't play as well into their things because, yeah, cool. If I'm coming in with like what was this, like that explosive growth for 1, right? If I come in with a 1 power attack, are you really going to spend a card that blocks for 3? Are you really going to spend a, like, I guess you can't, if this is your first attack, if you can give it a go against somehow, this is your first attack, you can get around their defense reaction to prevent that arcane, right? Actually, it isn't even arcane. But it feels bad blocking with a full card for this, or using a buckler is a fine use for that. But things like that, it definitely hurts to use that kind of heavy duty defense on a single card. In any case, part of the thing we were talking about with our Lexi is like all of our arrows block for 3, yes, but at the same time, we were worried about a lot of our ice and lightning cards blocking for 2. Well, this allows us to get around that with our Briar build, because basically, and we were looking at our split, and it was a little bit just in pure Runeblade cards. It was a little bit a little bit over on the non-attack actions, and that's kind of where you want to be. you definitely want to have more non-attacks and attacks, mostly as long as they can actually do something. We didn't get the real nuts of the Briar Pool, which would be the Ball Lightnings. Those cards are spectacular. Being able to buff all of your attacks on the chain by 1 makes even your 1 power explosive growth that much better. So that's the one thing I'm a little upset that we didn't get any of that for this if we go that way. But back to Briar in general. So that's if we hit. And I remember, the other thing to think about too is like when we hit with Singeing Steel Blade. So this says when you attack with it, if they don't block the 2 damage, that's going to ping, that's going to create an embodiment of Earth token. If the arcane damage hits, same single card you played will also give you an embodiment of Earth, and they do stack, as I said. So that's where that power comes in. And so cool, like their turn comes around, like, all right, cool, I'm just going to block with this. So tomorrow that if I hit with 2 cards, now blocks for 4. And that's powerful. So that's something that is super, super important to think about as well. The other part of her says when you play your second non-attack action card each turn, create an embodiment of Light token. That says when you play an attack action card, destroy this and create, or then attack aids go again. Now, what's good about this is that you can set this up for following turns. So if we do non-attack, and then say swing with our Rosetta Thorn, which again I don't have one of those tokens nearby. They're all sort of out of the way. That if you've played 2 non-attack actions, it does do 2 arcane damage when you swing with it, and it's got a base power too. So that doesn't crack this. You can play maybe non-attack that buffs, and then another non-attack that maybe does arcane damage, like Electrify. Actually, Electrify I think says cards, which is the downside of that, right? Yeah, attack action card, which is not great because you can't buff up your Rosetta Thorn. That would be brutal if you could, but it would actually also have to hit, which wouldn't be all that exciting. But yeah, so that's where this sort of power of being able to chain these things together really comes from. So that's the power of Briar, which is why I'm really not trying to discount the pool that we got, because it might actually work pretty well. So, all right, we'll play the Rejuvenate, because I think that's kind of the red Rejuvenate is a staple here. If you don't play it as an instant, that's not a big deal. You can use this as a non-attack action in Briar as well to get your extra bump there. So we're not super feeling terrible about that. All right, let's get into our actual Briar cards now. All right, we'll do the same thing to look about damage here. We'll start with 2. Actually, we have a single power thing there, and then we'll put our non-attacks down here after the fact. All right, this guy is going to be up. It's Lonesome. It's the only one we got. So we have Lightning Fusions here. Earth Fusions down here. That's just already looking happy with the 4 power attacks. Gotta love those. Zoop. I actually don't have any other ones with that, but that's fine. Lightning on top. All right, so those are our attacks themselves. So Lightning, we are split even with almost even. So we have 5 and 6 as far as Lightning and Earth goes. Now this is a little bit worrisome, mostly because that puts us in a spot of relying on a lot of the elemental cards that are indeed lower power thing. Oh, looks like I can't see what's going on over here. So what's up, Mr. Dig Dug? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, I was looking over at this this camera, which is all frozen. So super happy to have you here for the stream. I hope you've been playing with those new decks you got. I'm really excited that you picked those up. So I hope that you are rocking them and enjoying yourself, because that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. So the thing about these, we're definitely going to want, our Bramble Sparks don't really actually matter too much about when we play those outside of having key turns where we maybe have an explosive growth or something like that we can sort of bum, like deal damage. Yeah, so whenever, I guess it's only this one deals damage, everything else gets bigger. So that doesn't really work there. So you could like Bramble Spark, or some other non-attack action into this. That gets fused and gets beefy, which is kind of important. So that's where the power of Bramble Spark comes from. But these are going to be the ones that we're going to sort of inspire Lightning with, because they are going to be a bigger attack. We just got to make sure that we have... That's a complicated turn, though. Being able to Lightning and Earth Fuse and have a 3-cost set of attacks that you want to do is not that great. Then again, I guess it just requires 2 blues. They're both lightning and earth, though. So you'd pitch one if you have this in your arsenal, something like that in your hand. I guess that could work, right? Because you can fuse the pitch with the lightning. No, that's... Oh, yeah, you'd have to have one more lightning fusion, right? You'd pay with the earth. You have to have a hand of split even like this. Lightning, earth, earth, and that's the way to do it. Which is quite a lot to think about there, to really set up. But it's definitely something that could be done, just not very easily. So this does make me worry about this build a little bit. Is that getting those power turns off is a little bit rough. But at the same time, you know, playing lightning, Inspire Lightning isn't. This is more of like on a Vela Flash sort of thing. Where you play the Vela Flash, you fuse the Inspire Lightning, and then you, boom, come in for 2 arcane damage, as long as you can fuse it. So that would just require 3 lightning cards, which again, leans us more towards the lightning and the ice, and we found that we did want to play more lightning and ice anyways, so that at least that was the other one, so I feel okay there as well. So that's kind of where we are, just on the sort of like blank cards there. So if we just sort of shift these up now just to go pure damage, and not worry about the actual fusions here. We'll put our non-attacks. Just really, our non-attacks can go for a cost here. This guy can go over here. All right, so now we get into our Earth Elemental cards here. And that's kind of the surprising thing. We have 4... yeah, that's fine. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12... 14, 15, 16 cards. I think we had about that many Lexi cards as well, which is, you know, kind of what you expect out of a set of booster packs anyways. So that's not too weird, but I do feel like we're leaning less on our actual Runeblade cards here. But all right, let's start with the lightning, because we do want to have a lot of lightning in here, because we do have a little bit more lightning fusion than earth fusion, but we do want to have an even amount here. But the lightning, Inspire Lightning, is actually quite an important card for the deck. Actually, really, all the lightning is, because it allows us to do what we want to do as a Runeblade and also zap in for damage that we couldn't necessarily get in. Although this one does as well. So, we'll have to see about that. All right, so the Entwine Lightning doesn't really matter that much, because attacking multiple times doesn't really help us, so we don't really need to worry about putting those in the deck. Lightning, the Heaven's Claws, giving something like this go again is a fine target for that kind of thing, and it also is a little bit of a higher power point here, so there's nothing wrong with doing something like that. And it is a lightning card for that. Shock Striker also pushes damage that is unblockable, so don't hate that at all. Lightning Amulet, not too bad. Lightning Press, yeah, I mean, like, cost 1 or less. Like, there's not a lot of expensive cards in here. There's only the Rites of Replenishment and the Stir the Wildwoods right now that actually can't be targeted by this, so these are fine. +2, +1. That can mean the difference of actually hitting. Is it really worth it? I guess as a fusing card, yes, it is. So we'll definitely keep that in here as well. We're going to separate these because they are not non-attack actions, though. They are instants. Same thing with... no, actually, that is a... thing here, there. So the Electrifies are great. Twine Earth. All right, so those are our electric cards there. I feel pretty good. Lightning cards there. Feel pretty good about the spread there. I mean, having some more damage that you can't really block is also pretty powerful. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lightning cards in the deck, so that's a pretty good showing there. As far as Earth goes, we don't have a lot of choices there. We have our 6 power card here, though, with Entwine Earth. We have a 4 power one as well. Earthlore Surge, red, is super powerful here. Definitely going to want to play that guy. So tomorrow, I think we actually will end up playing, because it can do some pretty good things. And we do want to have the ability to fuse anyways. Amulet of Earth, a little less exciting than the Amulet of Lightning. But it is all action cards. You control get +1. That can actually be pretty powerful. So as opposed to this being able to snap, give something go again. Only if you fuse, though. That's the part that hurts there. But then again, when you do these big earth attacks, you're probably going to fuse them anyway. So, all right, and then fusion there. So actually, I feel like we're playing all but these 2 lightning cards, the Entwine Lightnings, and then all the earth cards because they're actually okay. Maybe we drop some So tomorrow. Maybe we drop the blue So tomorrow because we're not really sure what it does. Maybe we drop the blue Lightning Press. So this would be the Briar build. So let's get our count now. We got 5, 7, 10, 15, 16, 19, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 32, 4. 34 cards there. A little bit more of a manageable set of cards there. And if we really wanted to go higher, we could go 36 with the Entwine Lightnings. Just getting in for some chip damage there. So all in all, a little bit less of a set of pickings here for our Briar build. So then I think we just got to go and look at these particular effects here. So I think overall, like our power, I can't remember now exactly how many above 4 power we had with our previous build of Lexi. I can look back at the picture, but this feels like we're going to be doing a little bit more because we do have a lot of the Earth cards that have power up in that range. But we have all this incidental like ping damage, which is actually sort of shifts everything up 1. And so, which in this case only puts us 1 more ahead. But you have to remember that it is unblockable because unless you are old him or have some way to prevent damage, it is not as easy to just block that out. So move something different. So I filled my growler with this sour brew called Purple Heart. So there's a black currant in it. That sounds awesome. Barrel-aged black currant. Well, Andrew up top was also having a golden sour. So you guys are all on this this sour train right here. I love the name Purple Heart though. That's gotta love that. I hope it's tasty. It sounds pretty good. I do like currants now and then. I've had some currant teas. Never had a currant beer before, but I've had some currant teas that were actually quite tasty. So I think we're gonna be okay with this. They're all pretty cheap, so we can. I feel like we have to worry less about our split because like we have what 3, 4, 5 cards that are 2, 6 cards that are 2 cost, 1 card that is 3 cost. Let's see how many blues we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 13 blues. That's almost half our pool is blues. I really don't think we'll have a problem paying for this. And how many are red? I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So about even blues and reds. Which leaves a little bit less as yellow, which is fine. Those are generally the cards you don't want to have at that rate. But overwhelmingly more than enough to pitch here. So I'm feeling very good about the cost of this deck. So very good. Yeah. They're enjoying your sours. I don't have any sour beers. Actually, not true. I have a bunch. They're just over on the shelf, not being put in the fridge for drinking. All right, so that's our Briar build. I kind of feel like I'm going to be able to pilot this build better compared to the other one, but I don't really know. I don't really know. Well, we'll get a picture of this because we do want to have a picture so we can make sure we actually know what we're playing at some point. This would be an easy way to sort of flop cards around too when we are in the middle of this if we need to do something like that. So we got our builds. Let's kick it to you guys. What do you guys think? Lexi or Briar? I feel more confident on the consistency of Briar, but less confident on the ability to actually punch through damage. I think that's kind of what this set is about. So I think I'm going to lean against Lexi and lean into Briar. So I want to say this is going to be the deck that we're going to be going here. So just to make sure that there is full transparency, obviously we're not going to be playing. I really don't see us playing Old Him here. And here are all of our Old Him cards. So we have you know, it's a fairly nice pool. We just didn't really get the support as far as Earth and the rares. We didn't really get the rares. We got 2 defense reactions. Yeah. So, nothing going to be played there. We saw the builds that we're going to go with. Like, yeah, we might... actually, I forgot there was... I guess there's one more Lightning card that we could actually play. We could play Lightning Surge, theoretically, for another 2 if we wanted to, as that extra blue as well as Lightning Fusion. So theoretically, that could actually be the build there. With that said, I think we can start cracking the other boosters in this box as well. We do have 18 more boosters in this box, and I'm pretty sure we got a little bit of time to crack these before I got to jump into that army event. So those are our builds. We'll probably start with the Briar one and go from there, just because we think we have a higher set of power there. We'll have to sort of see. So yeah, on the end of it, how many do we have as far as non-attacks versus attack actions? Let's just get a final check to make sure we're sort of in the realm of what makes sense there. So we have 1, 2, 3. So this is what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. 14 non-attacks. We got 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So not the balance that we want in order to trigger Briar, but at the same time, we want to be pushing in for damage. So I'm okay with playing 1 or 2 non-attacks on certain turns, and then just playing 1 on other turns, fusing, getting in for some damage to help the non-attacks block for more. The the turns where you can't really do that, maybe it's something like Surge and then 1 attack, or Surge and Weave Lightning, although that's not an action card. Playing an Amulet and Weave Lightning, that's also pretty good too. Not Weave Lightning, sorry. Electrify, I'm thinking of. No, Inspire Lightning. Oh man, I am not used to these cards yet. So that's the build there. So always play what pool gives you. Yeah. No, I know that. No, I totally get it, and like, it's about the special nature of the set is like, cool, I have one thing that can defend other Briars, and that is the Runaways here. That's the only thing that can actually prevent damage. Outside of that, I am purely flapping in the wind, and that's not fun. I have the common Shock Charmers here, the Mark of Lightning, to be able to push through an extra damage right when it matters, right? Lightning presses to get through some extra damage. So I kind of feel like this is what has more damage output. Excuse me, more damage output and more base power defense based on her embodiment of Earth token. So I'm pretty sure this is the build we're going to run. So I'm just going to clear this away, and we'll probably crack the rest of the boosters here. So then Dig Dug said, how many packs did you start with? We only get 6, just like in Magic. You get 6 to start off with as far as a sealed pool goes. So that's our deck. I think it'll be a whole lot of fun, and I'm actually looking forward to it as well. The matches for this should be starting, I believe they go live on Friday, so that'll be sort of the thing that kicks off. I have a very busy weekend. My mom's birthday, a bunch of other stuff. Hopefully, whoever I get paired with can make like a Saturday afternoon, and we'll get that video up as soon as we can. We are trying to keep in line with the other creators too. We don't want people holding up their videos and then not having them be able to release when one person's ready, that sort of thing. You want to see both sides sometimes too. So that is the deck we'll be running with a backup as Alexi. So I'm feeling pretty good about these, though. I'm not upset at all about these decks here. We got our silly little buckler. Yeah, just not going to do it. Sorry, Mr. Oldham. All right, now with that out of the way, that silly little thing out of the way, let's see what we can crack in the rest of this pack. So let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's go to like, can I adjust this one like this? Is this kind of like a 120? Yeah, let's go like 150. You get right in there so we can look at a little bit of a better quality on these cards. There we go. We just leave it right like that. We'll start cracking some of these boosties, huh? Let's have a beverage. Alrighty. So what You had 2 sealed pulls. What was your best pull out of all those, Andrew? Because I imagine opening 12 packs, good spread of power possible from that. All right, I got our Rejuvenate here. Earth action. We have Earth Lore Surge, Lightning, Ice. We're just going to separate this way. We'll just do our base classes as well. Here as a Ranger. Ice. All right, on to our first rare. We have, first we have Frostfang. We have Weave Ice. It's a lot of icy things. Nice, shiny Earth bad boy there. We're going to set our foils over to the side. That's, one card, 1 pack deeper. We would have had something nice. That Coat of Frost is quite a fun equipment to play there. Another Singeing Steelblade too. Wouldn't have been too shabby, if you know what I mean. Actually, we could do foil over here. That Ranger, Runeblade, Guardian. Ranger, Runeblade, Guardian. Wish we got a couple more Chilling Ice Veins. Would have been pretty nice to have as well, but. Yeah, have you gotten to play any matches with those new decks there, Mr. Dig Dug? Or Mr. Brian, sorry. That's what I would like to know about. I would like to hear about your games. See, there's the Ball Lightning. That's the thing we really want. Being able to add +1 to sort of everything. Gotta love that card as a powerhouse in this this format here. All right, here is our first rare. We have Weave Earth, the yellow one. Earth and Elemental attack gets +2. If it's fused, gains +3. So a total of +5. Gotta love that. And then Light It Up. This would have been a pretty nice card to have as our pool here. So this is a Majestic Elemental Ranger action arrow. 4 power, 3 defense, 1 resource. Lexi Speculation, Lightning Fusion. So you shoot lightning. If fused, if it hits a hero, deals 1 damage to them for each equipment they control. Not as great and limited as it could be in Constructed. If it does deal damage to a hero equal to or greater than the number of equipment they control, lose and can't gain activate abilities until end turn. Actually, on second thought, not that powerful. It only might be good on certain clutch turns where you really want to diminish their armor. Outside of that, it's definitely not a limited card because you really don't have a lot of equipment in limited in general. But what are you gonna do? We'll put our Majestic over there. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Gotta love that. Rites of Punishment, blue. Snow Under, blue. Blizzard Bolt, yellow. Shockwave Mulch over Flex. Very nice, very nice. Looking to, not sure what we want to build as far as Constructed goes, though. We do want to get some other nice pulls. I think I'm going... I kind of want to go Oldhim just because I'm used to playing Brow and I really like him. So maybe Heart of Ice. I guess it depends. If we get a Heart of Ice, then that's pretty good. It's going to push us that way. If we get Corsham, I'll probably try to go Briar just because that's kind of really where I want to be anyways. Very, my alley as far as that kind of thing goes. So wish we got some of these. The Rites of Replenish or Rites of Lightning would have been really nice. Just because it's so quick and you can really get things moving fast. A cheap attack as well, so. But that's okay. Actually, probably putting the rares off to the side, huh? Nice. A big old Glacial Footsteps, Mark of Lightning. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's grab our rares out of here. But yeah, what is everyone else looking to play in this new format, this new meta, huh? So much to explore, so much to do. What's everyone looking to do? That's what I'd like to know. I'll be crack open these boosties. Boosty packs. Alrighty. And there's our Rosetta Thorn. So we were talking about that this card before. So this is the common weapon. So whenever you attack with Rosetta Thorn, if you've played an attack action and non-attack action, it deals 2 arcane damage to a hero. So ultimately that's really what you're doing on a normal turn, is trying to be equal parts either one. When you can squeeze out another non-attack, that's great for a really wide turn. So there's definitely some power just in that weapon alone. It's probably the most powerful weapon in here in general as far as the the thing goes, because you can fully block out the physical, right? But you really can't deal much with the arcane that comes in, at least on a consistent basis. So, Winter's Bane. Sorry, Bite, not Bane. Electrify. Cold Wave. This would have been a nice one to have as well. Just not a blue one. A red one would have been pretty good. Pretty card though. Summerwood Shelter. Also probably would have played this. Actually, no, I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have. Never mind. Just take it back. Nice shiny overflow. Ooh! Here's where we get fancy there, ladies and gentlemen. So this is our box. We just got the cold foil. What are these? What are those guy calls? The little runaways. Now we got our cold fold Pulse of Candlewood. I think that is gorgeous. So wouldn't have mind to have this guy in there, huh? But we have him. That's gonna go right into a sleeve actually, because that is kind of a beautiful card. Where are my sleeves? There they are. Not necessarily the most power-centric card, but a powerful and probably somewhat expensive card at this point. Nice cold foil Majestics. Gotta love them. Put that in a hard case. I wonder if these are going for it right now. A lot of people are looking to pick up a lot of the cold foils, so that's just failing miserably, huh? There you go. That's the pull of the day, I think, so far. All right, finish off this pack here. Gotta love those pretty ones. On to our next pack here. A nice Titan's Fist here to start. Autumn's Touch. Shock Striker. Icy Encounter. Rejuvenate as our generic elemental. Chill the Bone. Biting Gale. And Seek and Destroy. Not a bad card to get. Nice another Majestic here. Probably wouldn't have been upset to to get this one. That's for sure. Although I think if you're playing against, yeah, no, that's just a good card. Just a good card to get. Ooh, that was a pretty good pack here, huh? Nice Crackerjacks. Nice Shiny Embolden. A lot of power in that pack, that's for sure. A lot of power there. A lot of overflex in these packs as well. Gotta be happy about that. Oops, sorry about the mic hit there. Electrify, Earthlore, Surge, Entwine Ice, Ball Lightning, Winter's Grasp, Turn Timber as our first rare, and Icequake as our second. That would have been nice in Lexi, because it's whenever an attack hits. Go wide, Ice Lexi would have been pretty good. Nice foil Shock Striker here. Honing, Hood, Velaflash, Emerging Avalanche, Frazzle, Singeing Steel Blade, Strength of Sequoia, and Buzzbolt. Finishing that pack off. We should have time to finish off this whole box. Let us see what we got here. Break Ground, Ball Lightning again. Here's all the Ball Lightnings. Earth Entwine, Blizzard Bolt, Weave Earth as our first rare. Explosive Gross as our second rare. This is the red one. The one we wish we could have pulled in our pool. Would have been much better. Much better. Oh, I apologize for slowly sliding off of camera with the piles here. Thought we were a little bit lower than we were. I just think that cold foil got in there. There we go. All right. Nice foil flake out. That's a pretty card. Rotten Buckler, Spire Lightning, Mulch, Blizzard Bolt, Arcanic Shockwave, Glacial Footsteps, and Dazzling Crescendo. So far, I'm not super upset with what we ended up pulling. Really, the thing that'll sort of like change how I feel about that would be like armor. If we get something that's really great, like repeatable, like the Heart of Ice is probably like the best thing to get if you're going to be playing an Ice Hero. That would definitely have pulled me into Lexi. Like, without a problem, because we have like great Briar defense then. That's kind of really important for limited with a such as this. Embolden and a Blossoming Spellblade. That's the Earth and Lightning fusion, but it comes in for 6, cost 2, defense for 3. It says if it was fused, it gains whenever this deals damage to an opposing hero. You may banish a non-attack action card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play its just turn this over an instant and put it in your hand. Sorry, if it would be put into your graveyard, instead banish it. Whenever Blossoming Spellblade is fused, deals 1 damage arcane to target hero. So you can really go back and get something and play as an instant, which can really help to beef it up. So not too shabby there. And look at that. That's our foil version of our preview card, Bolton Shot. We got the original guy right here. That was our actual preview card, huh? Love it. I'm never gonna get over that. That was super cool that we got that. Super pumped. Another Coat of Frost, Rifle of Pronouncement, Snow Under, Blizzard Bolt, Inspire Lightning, Thump, and Dazzling Crescendo again. Let's keep it going here. Get some power, hopefully, out of these later packs here. Although it's been pretty good so far. Gotten some pretty nice, powerful stuff. Summerwood Shelter, meh. Turn Timber, meh. That one pretty nice. Sigil of Suffering, love it. And Deep Blue. This card, I wish we did pull one of these. This would have been the only other thing I would have said. It probably would have been better, except for the Runaways. One of the better pieces of equipment here, just because you can always have yourself a nice hand in that regard. So can't win them all. Can't win them all, that's for sure. All right, what we got next? What do we got next? I feel like I'm late to cracking packs. I feel like everyone's already done all their stuff, and I haven't even opened more than I've opened less than a case so far, so I definitely gotta get my toots in gear. And Bolton Shot, not too shabby. Evergreen, love that card. Probably my favorite card in the set as far as art goes. Icy Encounter foil. Another rotten old buckler. Extra Guardian card now. I mean, one less Ranger there. Interesting. All right, Electrify, Earthlore Surge, Heaven's Claws, Entwine Ice, Shock Striker, Ice Quake, and Exposed to the Elements. Now Majestic as our rare. Love that. Gotta love that piece of armor there that's in there. Earth and or Ice Fusion. Cost 2. It's an instant. If Exposed the Elements was fused with an Earth card, put a -1 card on target equipment. If Exposed the Elements was fused with an Ice card, destroy an equipment with 0 defense controlled by target hero unless they pay 2. Not too shabby there. Nice foil strength Sequoias. So there's the Runeblade boots that we could have had. I kind of forgot about it. The Runaways are dang good, right? But Sutcliffe Suede Hides ain't too shabby either. Man, he looks so cool, though. Right? So cool. So, attack reaction. 1, destroy Sutcliffe Suede Hides. Target action gains. Go again. Active only if you play non-attack action screen. So you can get that sort of conditional go again, which is actually quite a powerful thing and limited, and particularly for that deck, because that's kind of what it wants to do. So not a bad card. Think I'm still okay with the Runaways, to be honest. Those are really the Sutcliffe Suede Hides. Because they cost 1, it makes the turn a little bit more difficult to, or that card a little bit more difficult to use, just because it does require resources when you maybe don't have them. So alrighty, Polar Blast, Burgeoning, Rejuvenate, Icy Encounter, Autumn's Touch, nice Sigil of Suffering again, another Rites of Lightning. We have a foil Singeing Steel Blade, Plume of Evergrowth, and onward to our Frazzle, Bramble Spark, Emerging Avalanche, Flake Out, Bella Flash, and Strength of Sequoia. Again, down to the last couple 6 or so packs here. Alright, Winter's Grasp, Lightning Surge, Polar Blast, Entwine Lightning, no Earth cards there. Buzzbolt, first rare is a Cold Wave, second is an Embolden. We also have a foil Polar Blast, which actually looks quite good. Ragamuffin's Hat, and then on to our other cards. Next pack here. And if you are... Ooh, looks like you got yourself a bobble here, I think. If you're looking to play some sealed pools and things like that, one thing that our newly launched Discord will do, so if you haven't joined the Discord, definitely join the Discord. We will be trying to do some sealed pools. If you've played some pre-release decks that you had a lot of fun with, you want to play some more with them, get some more, more range out of them. That's something that you can definitely do. Looking for a match in the Discord. That would definitely be fun. I could definitely enjoy that as well. Do enjoy playing a good sealed, and actually, if you're looking to open cards as well, building pools and then playing on Discord will also be kind of fun too. Lightning Press and Snapshot as our rares. We have a foil Emerging Avalanche and a Mark of Lightning as our other cards there. Our Rune Blades all set out there. All right, we got, what, 4 more packs, I think? Got our Titan's Fist here. Earth. Lightning. Ice. Generic. Ice. Bolt and Shot red. Boom. Right there. Another Evergreen. This was the yellow. Heaven's Claws is our foil. Amulet of Earth as our equipment slot, I should say. Not for our equipment. Nice Singeing Steel Blade there again. Alright, last 3 packs. Pull something favorable here in these, just to end the stream nice. How about that, huh? Ice, Earth, Lightning, Ice, Flash. That would have been a pretty good one to have. Just because it counts as a non-attack action, which would be really good for Briar. But you know what? You don't always get them. That would have been one pretty good too, huh? Attack action. So this is Sting Sorcery, 0 cost, blue pitch, 2 defense. Go again. Attack action cards you control gain when you attack with this, deals 1 damage to target hero. And then at the beginning of your end step, destroy it. So, really just kind of like enjoy your... Oh, wow, look at that. Double Flash, huh? Gotta love that. Foil Flash is that. Ragamuffin's hat. Dazzling Crescendo, Blizzard Bolt as our things. Arcanic Shockwave, Singeing Steel Blade, and then Entangle and Glacial Footsteps to round out our hero cards. All right, got 2 more packs to go. We're going to do these and probably... send off the stream for tonight, and then go prep for our armory that we got later. All right, 2 more packs to show the business here. All right, Weave Ice and Frostfang are as our rares. We have a nice shiny. Actually, that one looks pretty good. That's a really good foil card. Runaways and another Chilling Ice Vein here. We got Frazzle. Got Stir the Wildwood, Bramble Spark, and Thump and Emerging Avalanche. All right, our last pack here. Probably where all the fire is, right? Let's see who we get. Break Ground, Ball Lightning, Burgeoning, Invigorate, Vela Flash. First rare is Sigil of Suffering blue. We have a red Flash. We have a Flicker Wisp foil. That's looking pretty good. Nice rainbow foil. We will read that in a moment. That's not a bad card to end with, huh? That's not a bad card to end with. I'm okay with that. That's just fine. So, Flicker Wisp, 0 cost, Runeblade, Elemental Runeblade action, defense for 2, Lightning Fusion, and Flicker Wisp fuse until the end of turn. Action card effects you control that deal arcane damage instead deal 1 more. And this also deals 1 more. So this itself deals 2. And you just go to town. So that would have been a really nice card to have in there. But alas, we did not. That's okay, though. That's not a bad pool, though. We got a pretty good set of Majestics in here. Nice cold foil Pulse of Candlehold. Probably one of the prettier cards in the set. So, love it. All right, I think that'll probably do it for tonight, just because we want to make sure that we have time to get ready for our next event here. So let's just pop back on over to our other screen. All these packs that are clogging things up here, so. All right, that'll be it for this evening. So that was a pretty good build. I think we have a solid Briar and a solid Lexi build. A poo-pooed on the Oldhim build. Just didn't really even seem to come together. We didn't have the necessary big beefy businesses. Didn't really have a lot of ways to pump things, so overall wasn't really where we wanted to be in that regard. So don't feel terrible about that, but I'm a little bit nervous to go with Lexi just because I'm not used to playing that. So we'll probably go with Briar because again I think the potential of getting unblockable damage through is kind of where we want to be. So that's where we're going to end on that. So that's all there is for the stream tonight. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching the build, hanging out, enjoying a little pack cracking action and finishing off the box there that we had. Want to say join the Discord. So we just put a new Discord up. Link in the description below. I can't put it on the screen because I'm not cool enough on YouTube, so that isn't going to happen. I would totally do that if I could. Outside that, yeah, check out Discord if you're looking to find games of any play level. So that's kind of where we want to say that. So definitely, if you're looking to play, you want to play with people in your in your actual level, join the Discord. Dig Dug, definitely join the Discord. That'll be something that you can definitely get in there, find matches. We're still, obviously, there's not a lot of members yet. We have to build that. We just launched it over the weekend. So we need to get a number of people in there to get it functioning. We're going to run a tournament. We're going to give away a bunch of those Herald of Protection promos. We're going to be giving away this sweet Herald of Protection playmat as well. That's upside down. So if you're looking to get a new playmat, join the Discord, and then jump into our pre-con tournaments. We're gonna be doing a pre-con tournament. So Dig Dug, you already got decks that you can play in there. It's any of the Monarch ones, any of the Tales of Aria ones. You get in there, join the Discord. Once we have enough people to fire that tournament, we will fire away. Person who invites the most people into the Discord is going to get a bunch of prizes, which is, well, a bunch of prizes. A full playset of each of the colors, a classic constructed playset of each of the colors of those Heralds of Protection, those content creator appreciation kits, promos. Yeah, so a lot of stuff going on in Discord. So check out, if you haven't, check out the Discord video. It was posted on Sunday, I believe it was. It'll have that little rundown about this content creator thing that we were doing, as well as that Discord stuff. So that will be all for this evening. So I want to say thank you all for hanging out in the stream, and we will be back next week. Probably, I'm not even sure what we'll be doing next week. I have literally no idea. So it'll be something fun, I'm hoping, or anything like that. Maybe we'll go over some budget upgrades on the pre-cons. We haven't really looked into how to play those yet, or maybe we'll try to organize some matches with some Discord people or something like that. Who knows? We'll go from there. So until then, that will be all. So I want to say thank you, all of you, for hanging out, and we will see you next week. Cheers.